consistency above everything, literally everything. And you might argue that willpower also matters, like efforts matter, the quality of the time. I'm sorry, quality of the time also matters. But the reason why I put consistency above everything when it comes to improving yourself or improving specific skills or things that you want to just be good at it one day, but you can't actually, like, you don't know what to do. And it's like consistency is the most still, I feel like it's the still underrated things, or one of the most underrated thing ever. And the reason being, first, obviously, I'm not saying effort doesn't matter. Like, there's so many people who spend like actual 5 to like 10 years doing that one specific thing, but you know that they are not improving at all. And you might tell me like, okay, they've been consistent enough, I think. Like, so like, what's their problem then? What I mean by like consistency doesn't mean like you don't need effort at all. Like, that's all you need to do, and you just need to follow. Like, you show up every single day, and you'll be the great ever. Because that's not true. But also, you be consistent enough for a very long. Let's just say like 3, 6 months, or even a year. You just show up and do think about that thing, or doing that thing, or like you actually do that for 32 an hour. Like, it doesn't. It really depends on what you're aiming for, but you do that for that long enough, you are already better than like 90% of people, since most of people don't even give that much of effort or try doing it for that long time. And also, when it comes to effort, is that when your goal is finishing a book, let's say like you want to read 10 pages every single day, you aren't actually, like, we humans don't actually do the thing exactly as it says. So what I mean by this is, let's say, because I started reading books like 10 pages every single morning, but what happens is, like, just not even like months, a couple of weeks, like maybe like first week after, I'm like already looking for the phrases that I didn't quite understand, that I would have just missed and like slide by. It's fine, like my goal is 10 pages, but like, if you just do it consistently, then you want to improve it. You put in that much of time, so you want to improve it, and your mind doesn't just sit on, like, your mind automatically raises the bar, raises the goal, which isn't just reading 10 pages, but also finding out all the vocabs and phrases that you want to learn about. Then you come to this moment when, I think it was like 4 months, like 4 weeks, so like a month, a whole month after, I realized I didn't even know. I subconsciously was not alone, let alone like knowing, like, looking for all the phrases and like spending much more time than I was actually aiming for. But I was actually enjoying reading but like enjoying reading itself, and I was like reading much more than 10 pages every single day, obviously. And that's when I realized it really is all about consistency. But also, like, now I end up reading much more than back then, when I didn't read at all, or I didn't like reading, when I thought I didn't like reading. But the thing that many people miss is that, when being creative, or like trying to be good at something, or trying to have this kind of like how do we say it, some kind of like a very creative idea, isn't just that doesn't just come to you when you're inactive, when you're just thinking. What I mean by just thinking isn't just like sitting with your thought and actually thinking about it. That's also part of trying to be creative and trying to improve on what you want to do, what you're aiming for. But what I mean by that is, you be consistent enough, and you end up improving a lot. But also, at the same time, what happens is, okay, I put it in a really weird way. My bad. Dementia really kicked in. Hold up. Yeah, this is why I shouldn't be serious at all. Like, I lost the train of my thought. My bad. My bad. So we were talking about why consistency matters, and why I think it's above, like, it should be above everything. And after that, we I I tried to explain something about. God damn it. Okay, I can't even speak. Nah, I'm not gonna pause. I'm not gonna pause. I really had it. I really had the idea. I really wanted to deliver, but I failed. Okay, let's just try to pick on something. But I wanted to talk about. So yeah, no, the reason that not many people realize how important consistency is, and they stick. They tend to try to maximize effort. Like that's exactly what you see every single day on gym, or when you yourself know very well, very well about when it comes to you try to improve a skill, you try to reading book or like anything good that helps you in your life. You try to do it for for long enough, but you end up only doing for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and it repeats. The problem is it repeats over and over. I had this with I still have it with sleeping early, let's say. Like I can't like it's like it happens over and over, but you learn, your brain learns, and you yourself learn. But okay, I might be motivated right now because of some kind of videos or some kind of messages right now, but I'm sure I'm not gonna be able to keep this up, like this quality of effort and willpower for that long enough. You like deep in yourself, you already know, so you're already defeated. Like you already failed in a sense. So my honest recommendation for that, and also to myself, I'm gonna be honest. Like we all are dealing with specific problems that you will improve on, but like you keep failing over and over, and you kind of are in the state where you just give it up, and you're not even giving a try again. So my honest recommendation is that no matter how small the step is, I don't care. Like no matter how small the step is, you just gotta take it. Like if the direction's right, let's say you wanna you wanna start going to the gym. I don't care how small the step is. Like the reason why people fail to make an actual viable, I mean not viable, like practical plan for months and years is that they overestimate how much can be done in a year, and they underestimate how much can be done in 10 years. How big of a change they can make in 10 years if you just consistently do the thing every single day, show up every single day, no matter what happens. And the reason why people cannot make the kind of plan is that they tend to think that they can do much more in that one day when they are motivated. So you can go like, oh, I'm gonna read 20 pages. Oh, I'm gonna memorize like 10 words every single day, or 5 words. Yeah, 5 words sounds good. Like it's not even that many words. It might work for a couple of days, for a couple of weeks, or it really depends on how much um you're willing to you're disciplined, and you're willing to sacrifice your time and doing things that you don't like. But the problem is the first step is often the most like it's so small, but it's so embarrassing. Like it's so embarrassing to even tell others that I did this today. It's that small. That's why you should like actually underestimate yourself. Like just think about tomorrow, the day after, or week after, a month after. Will you be able to do it? Will you be able to stick to the plan that you are making right now when you're the most motivated? And you probably these emotions will, how do I say, like will leave you once you have different kinds of emotions the day after, tomorrow. So this is exactly how I started with language and with my studies as well. Like I literally all my first goal when I couldn't study in my junior high was just sitting on the chair, sitting on my desk without any electronics for 5 minutes. Not even note, just sitting there for 5 minutes. Genuinely, like I started building my studying habit by myself back then when I wasn't really doing good in my junior high. I just sat there for 5 minutes every single day, and guess what? It didn't even take a week for me to actually like, start doing something with my classwork, or like actually just like checking what is going on in my school. Like my school calendar. Let's say I just look that up. Okay, okay, I did take another step closer, and that's how like, and I ended up studying an hour or like depending on whether I had a quiz or not, but I ended up studying an hour at least every single day. And if you actually know how school curriculum works, if you actually just log in and like focus during the class, you ask questions after school. I mean, yeah, after school if you can, or you just take notes about the things that you're learning that day, and you bring that and review them at home for an hour. You genuinely just cannot fail. You might not be able to be the top valedictorian and like top student, but you cannot fail at all. Like genuinely, like an hour is enough. And I spend the rest of my days playing League of Legends or watching YouTube, and I still felt good about myself because I knew that it's working. I knew that it's working. It's nothing. Now I actually know how it works. So I don't know, like anything that you're trying to build a habit or anything that you are working on right now, just take the smallest step you can even possibly think of. Obviously, I'm not talking about like I don't like thinking about going to the gym. Maybe okay if you are just like you can't just think about even going to the gym. Then obviously, yeah, that could be it. But like what I'm trying to say is like things that actually challenges you. I'm not saying the challenge like in a way that kind of overwhelms you, but in a way like can slowly build like bigger habits. Like it snowballs. Like how a snowball gets bigger by time. You seed, you plant a seed, and it will grow eventually if you just consistently give enough of water and attention to it. So that's why I personally believe like consistency is just so underrated. People needs to understand and realize how small they are when they are starting, but how big they can be, but how big of a potential they have if they just like consistent. It's not even that hard. Like genuinely, it's not even that difficult at all. So yeah, consistency is king. Is just so goaded. Is so underrated. So you gotta start doing something, even though it's embarrassing to even tell others. That's how you build one of the like biggest habit inside you, biggest good habit inside you.